Today we are going to discuss few more points related to that arithmetic sequence along with some of the terms of the arithmetic sequence also. I am going to give you a problem that, see, just have a look at this. I have a sequence of numbers. See, that's it. Some 97, comma 101, comma 105, and so on 305. See, I have a sequence 97, 101, 105, and so on 305. And we need to identify the number of terms of this sequence, right? Find number of terms in this sequence. There are many terms starting from 97 to 305 in this sequence. You need to count the number of terms, right? To count the number of terms, see, first of all, you need to identify which type of sequence it is. Whether it is arithmetic sequence or geometric sequence or some other, you need to identify. If you look at this 97 is the first term of the sequence, whereas this 101 is the second term and this 105 is the third term. Like that, if you proceed, just check it whether it is forming an arithmetic sequence or not. As a check, you just do subtraction for these two, second term and the first term. See, the difference is 4. And what is the difference between these two? 105 and 101. The difference is 4. Like that, if you check, since the differences are constant and your constant difference or common difference is denoted by D, value is 4. That represents that the given numbers are forming an arithmetic sequence. So at the end, see, at the end in the sense, as an analyzation, we concluded that this is an arithmetic sequence with the first term as 97 and the common difference as 4. Right? This is first we need to identify. And then, since you are going to count the number of terms of this sequence, see, this 305 is the last term of this sequence. See, which term it is? The first term is 97, second term is 101, third term is 105. Then which term is this 305? Right? See, if you identify the number of the position of the 305, that automatically indicates the number of terms in the sequence. So to identify this position of 305, initially you just let that 305 as the nth term. Suppose if 305 is the nth term of the sequence, like Tn is equals to 305, then what is our Tn? Tn is just nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d is equals to 305. And what is that a? A is 97 plus n minus 1 into 4 is equals to 305. Is it clear? Yeah, I think everything is clear. Now you just try to find the value of n. For that, send this 97 that side. How it becomes? If you send 97 that side, 4 times of n minus 1 is equals to 305 minus 97. Then it is 208, whether it is right or wrong. 208. Okay? Yeah. 97, okay? 100 minus 97, 3. And then 208. And now 4 times of n minus 1 is 208. Then what is n minus 1? You just divide with 4. You get it as 4 5s and 4 2s. 52. Since n minus 1 is 52, then what is the value of n? And that is 53. Since the value of n is 53, that it represents that this 305 is the 53rd term of this arithmetic sequence. Since the 305 is the 53rd term, what is your number of terms of the sequence? Clearly, they are 53. I think it is very clear. Just have a look at this. Once again, I am repeating. They ask you to find the number of terms of the sequence 97, 101, 105, and so on 305. To identify the number of terms of the sequence, you just let the last term 305 as the nth term of this sequence. Right? So since this is the nth term, you just take it as Tn is equals to 305. And before that, you need to identify this is an arithmetic sequence by identifying the common differences as 4. So since this is the arithmetic sequence, Tn is a plus n minus 1 into d, the general term, which is 305. And you have that a is equals to 97 and d is equals to 4. By replacing a and d values here itself, you get that n value is 53. So it suggests us that 53rd term is this 305. That means there are only 53 terms in this arithmetic sequence. Right? This is something about the nth term related to the few problems related to the nth terms of the arithmetic sequence. Have a look. Yeah. So this is just as a revision of previous class. I took this problem, right? And now, as we discussed in the previous class, the terms of the arithmetic sequence, how they are located, how they are. See, I have an arithmetic progression. Have a look at this arithmetic progression, and we usually indicate the terms of the arithmetic progression T1, T2, T3, T4 like that. If you continue T n minus 1 and T n, for suppose if you take n terms of the arithmetic sequence, and this T1 is nothing but the first term, let it as A, T2 is the second term, A plus D, T3 is the third term, A plus 3D, and T4 is just A plus 4D. And if you move like that, this Tn minus 1 is A plus n minus 2D. Is it right or wrong? You need to reduce this value n minus 1 by 1, then it becomes n minus 2. And this Tn is just A plus n minus 1 into D. So now this is the arithmetic sequence with the first term A and the common difference D. Right? Now, if you look, the first term is A and the last term is A plus n minus 1 into D. The second term is A plus D, and the third term is and the second term from this end is A plus n minus 1 into D. Right? Just have a look. Few people are raising their hands. So 5. Mahima.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, T3 equal to A plus 2D, sir.
Oh, right. Thank you. Thank you. See, maybe everybody raised their hands for that purpose. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So T3 is A plus 2D. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. T1 is A, T2 is A plus D, T3 is A plus 2D, and T4 is A plus 3D. Like that, if you continue, this is A plus n minus 2D, and then Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D. And now my task is, you just look at this. A plus D, A plus 2D, and so on, A plus n minus 2 into D, and then A plus n minus 1 into D. Just if you concentrate on this first value, A, and then this last value, A plus n minus 1 into D, right? And then again you just concentrate on this second one, A plus D, and the second one from this side as A plus n minus 2D. If you add these two values, what will happen? The corresponding values. Before this Tn minus 1, I also have Tn minus 2 like that, right? Now you just add this first term along with first term from this end, right? If you add these two values, this is A and this is A plus n minus 1 into D. If you add, it becomes like 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Is it right? Right. And then for example, see, look at this second term here, A plus D, right, from this side. And second term from this end is A plus n minus 2D. Now if you add these two again, A and A is 2A, and this is 1D, and this is n minus 2D. N minus 2D plus this 1D again becomes like n minus 1 into D. What you say? Right? Clear? Right? Again, if you move with the third term, again the third term from this end and the third term from this end. If you calculate, again that is equals to 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So what I am going to conclude you is, if you add first term from this side and from that side, the summation is 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Second term from this side and from that side, again the summation is 2A plus n minus 1 into D. See, if you look, this T1, T2, T3, T4 and so on, Tn minus 1 and Tn are the terms of the arithmetic sequence from this side, from the usual side, right? And for suppose, if you mark this nth term as the first term from the end, I am marking it as L1, right? First term from the last, first term from the end, and this as L2, first second term from the end, and this as L3, third term from the end. If you continue like that, then this Tn will become nth term from the end, and its before term will become n minus 1th term from the end, and this T3 will become Ln minus 2, n minus 2th term from the end. Just again I am repeating the discussion here. Just have a look. See, I have an arithmetic sequence with the terms t1, t2, t3 like up to tn, right? If you count from this direction, first term, second term, third term, n minus 1th term and nth term. If you count from that direction, first term, second term, third term, n minus 2th term, n minus 1th term and nth term, right? So then it is clearly suggesting you that just have a look at this, right? Yeah. And one more thing, what we identified is the sum of those two values is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sum of the next two values is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sum of the next two values t3 and the L3 is again 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So the summation is like this. I am erasing this for the space concern. Just have a look at this. I will erase it and I will give you few observations from this concept, right? Yeah. Now, from this it is very clear that one observation what we have to do it is, see, t1, t2, t3 like that. Everywhere, if you see, this ln and t1 are same. Ln is equals to t1 is t1, and then ln minus 1 is equals to t2. Is it clear? And like that, if you continue, at the end what you have, L2 is equals to Tn minus 1, and at the end L1 is equals to Tn. From all these things, you need to identify, you need to generalize the task. What is that? You just look at these suffixes. This is n, this is 1. Is it clear? This is n minus 1, this is 2. Is it clear? That means the sum of this n minus 1 and 2 both are same, right? Both are same in the sense, right? Not right. See, sum of this n minus 1 and 2 is n plus 1. This n and 1 is n plus 1. 2 and n minus 1, n plus 1. 1 and n plus 1. What I am going to tell you is, if anybody asks you, see, 7th term from the start is equals to which term from the end? Right? 7th term from the start is equals to which term from the end? Then you need to answer this question by L. That question mark value is nothing but what it is. If you add these two, it should be n plus 1. So to make it like this, you just write it like n minus 6. So 7th term from this direction is equals to the n minus 6th term from that direction. I am again repeating with an example. I have an arithmetic progression. See, in that arithmetic progression, there exist 47 terms. What I am saying? 47 terms. Then, see, starting, if I locate the 13th term from the start. 13th term from the start is equals to which term from the end? Right? See, the 13th term from the start is equals to which term from the end? I am asking you. So, your task is to find the question mark. As our discussion, sum of these suffixes is equals to the n plus 1, which is 48. Then in this case, you will get that 48 is equals to, just do subtraction, you may get it as 35. Right? That represents that 13th term from the start of this arithmetic sequence is equals to the 35th term from the end of this arithmetic sequence. Again, I am repeating. See, you just observe these terms of the arithmetic sequence. For suppose t1, t2, t3, t4 like that, tn are the terms of the arithmetic sequence from the usual direction. And if you count these terms from the end of the sequence like this, L1, L2, L3 and so on like that. Then if you observe, this L2 is equals to this n minus 1th term. L2 is second term from the end, n minus 1th term from the start. See, since they are equal, right? And then this first term from the end is equals to the nth term from the start. These two are equal. See, by observing all these things, one conclusion what I have, it is the sum of these suffixes is n plus 1. With that idea, I will conclude that 7th term from the start is equals to n minus 6th term from the end, because if you add these two, it must become n plus 1 like that. So, if I have an arithmetic sequence with 47 terms, then in that arithmetic sequence, the 13th term from the start is equals to the 35th term from the end. Why? If you add the suffixes, it should be 48, right? So add this 13 and question mark, it is 48. So your question mark value is 35. So this is the way how to identify the terms from the end of the sequences, right? And one more task what we have to discuss it is, yeah, I am going to erase all these things, and then see if you add the first term from that side and the last term from that side is equals to what? 2a plus n minus 1 into d. As I mentioned you, T1 plus L1 is equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And again T2 plus L2 is equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And again T3 plus L3 is equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Like that you need to continue. Tn plus Ln. Tn is the nth term from the end, Ln is the nth term from the start. Again all these things are equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Is it clear? I think everything is clear. Now again how can I write this? See, this is T1 plus L1. So in terms of T1 how to write? T1 plus this L1 is nothing but Tn, and this is equals to T2 plus this L2 is nothing but second term from that direction, which is Tn minus 2, and again T3 plus L3. So third term from the start and third term from the end, which is nothing but say this is n minus 1 and this is n minus 2. Like that I can continue. So if sum of two terms is equals to the 2a plus n minus 1 into d, then you just concentrate on these suffixes. Sum of these suffix values should be n plus 1, right? Right? What I am going to tell you. See, again look at this. You need to fix it in your minds to solve different types of problems, right? Have a look at this. Look at a problem on the board. There is an arithmetic progression with 25 terms. In that arithmetic progression, T3 plus T23 is given as 17, right? And T5 plus T11 plus T15 plus T21 value you need to find. What you say about this? See, since it is since there are 25 terms in the arithmetic progression, you just think that T3 and then T23. If you add these suffixes T3, 23 and 3, the summation is 26. That is equals to n plus 1. You need to look at that, right? This 3 and this 23. Sum of those two values is 26. So this is third term from the start and this is third term from the end. So sum of these two terms, if you say it as some k or it is given as some 17 here, right? With that idea, what I am going to tell you is, just again look at this. This is T5, and then I need to search for a number whose sum of suffixes is 26. In such manner, if you check, T21 is the required number, and again this T11 and T15 are the required ones. So you just rewrite this as T5 plus T21 in one group and T11 plus T15 in the other group. Now if you check, 5 plus 21 is again 26, 11 plus 15 is again 26. See, since 5 plus 21 is 26, which is n plus 1, so then it suggests us that this T5 is fifth term from the start and T21 is fifth term from the end, right? See, don't think it as T21, because the sum of the suffixes is n plus 1, 26. You need to think that this T21 as the fifth term from the end. So this is sum of fifth terms from the start as well as from the end. And now if you think about this T11 and T15, again since the sum is 26, this is 11th term from the start as well as this T15 is the 11th term from the end. As I told you, kth term from the start, see, or you say some mth term from the start and mth term from the end. See, sum of those two terms which are equidistant from the start and the end, all these values are same and that are equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now here I have one value is given in the question, that T3 plus T23. Say at a distance of 3 from the start and the end is 17. So if you check sum of T5 and T21, which are at a distance of 5 and a distance of 5, that means equal distances. So sum of these two values is also 17. And sum of these two at a distance of 11 from the start, at a distance of 11 from the end, again the sum of these two values is also 17. Now at the end your answer for this question is 34, right? No need to utilize all other things. There is another way to solve the problem by taking this T3 as a plus 2d, T23 as a plus 22d, T5 as a plus 4d, like that. We have some other way to solve this using that nth term formula of a plus n minus 1 into d. But here our motto is to learn how the values are equal, since the terms are equidistant from both the ends of the arithmetic sequence. Just have a look at this. I will conclude this with another task, right? I am erasing this. Okay. So what I am going to tell you is, always with the total discussion I will give you one final thing. I have an arithmetic progression with n terms. There is an arithmetic progression with n terms. Then in that case you just look at the sum of the values of Tp and Tq, right? The sum of the values of this Tp and Tq is equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into t if that p plus q is equals to n plus 1. Just observe carefully. This Tp plus Tq is equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d every time, right? If p plus q is n plus 1, you just look at the suffixes. If the sum of the suffixes p and q is n plus 1, what it's suggesting that this Tp is pth term from the start and this Tq is qth term from the start, but it is equal to the qth term from the pth term from the end also, right? Since p plus q is n plus 1, it is very clear that this Tq is nothing but pth term from the end. So with that counting of the position of the terms, this Tp plus Tq is 2a plus n minus 1 into d if p plus q is n plus 1, right? So it is very clear. For an example, if you go with one more example, that if we have an arithmetic progression of something, you may say like 30 terms. There is an arithmetic progression with 30 terms. Then you just n plus 1 is 31. Then in that case t1 plus t30 is equals to t2 plus t29 is equals to, like that. If you continue, somewhere you may face t10. T10 plus, you need to take which number there? Sum should be 31. See, since it is 31, right? 21. T10 plus T21 is equals to T11 plus T20 is equal to, like that. If you continue, somewhere you have T20 plus T11 again. Okay, like that. If you continue, that total value is equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is 29d. This is one example, that's it. Based on this idea, you may solve many problems. Again, I am repeating you that if there are n terms in an arithmetic sequence, then sum of the mth term from the start as well as from the end, both are equals to 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? Very important aspect in examination point of view, right? If you go with the previous year problems of the JEE mains, you may face 5 to 6 problems related to this concept from different years. Just have a look and I will give you the sum of n terms of the arithmetic sequence in the next task. Just have a look at this. To find the sum of n terms of the sequence is just nothing but usually denoted by Sn. See, Tn is the nth term of the arithmetic sequence. Sn is the sum of n terms, like T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus and so on plus Tn is sum of n terms, right? Or otherwise you may mention one more term, Tn minus 1 and Tn, right? See, you need to find this Sn, or some may write it like S also, sum of n terms of the arithmetic sequence, right? See, we need to add all these things. I am going to add once again all these terms, right? See, for example, again I am writing this S or Sn, but from the reverse direction. That in the sense Tn plus Tn minus 1 plus and so on plus T2 plus T1. Just have a look. No problem, right? Since we are adding, if you add in this direction or if you add from this direction, both are same, right? We need to get the sum of n terms. That in the sense Sn. But I am taking that sum 2 times. Now if you add these two, how it becomes? If you add these two, Sn and Sn is just nothing but 2Sn, 2 times of Sn is equals to T1 plus Tn, right? And sum of these two is T2 plus Tn minus 1, like that and so on. Or otherwise you know that this T1 plus Tn is nothing but first term from the start and nth term, first term from the end. So sum of this T1 and Tn, you know it as 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is T1 plus Tn. And if you add this T2 and Tn minus 1, again it is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Like that, if you knew every time sum of these two terms is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now if you look at this, there are 2a plus n minus 1 into d, same value. You need to add this 2a plus n minus 1 into d for how many times? For n times you need to add. See, adding this 2a plus n minus 1 into d for n times is nothing but n times the 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Is it right? Clearly right. Addition of the 2a plus n minus 1 into d for n times. So 2Sn is n times the 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Then our Sn value is nothing but Sn is equal to, send that to that side, n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is the rule to find the sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence. As I mentioned you in the previous class, nth term of the arithmetic sequence is a plus n minus 1 into d. And now sum of n terms of the arithmetic sequence is n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which we derived by adding that sum of n terms 2 times. Just have a look at this, and I am going to solve few problems related to this sum of n terms of the arithmetic sequence. Right. See, the proofs are not mandatory to solve the problems actually, but the rules and the formulae are very important, and the logics are also important to solve the problems. So you just memorize that sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence as n by 2 plus 2a, n by 2 times of 2a plus n minus 1 into d, as well the logic involved in calculating the sum. So at the end, for an arithmetic progression, a is the first term, d is the common difference, and if you look at Tn is the nth term, which is nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d, and one more task what we generated now, it is Sn, which is equals to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Right? So knowing an arithmetic progression is nothing but if you are able to find all these things, then it is very easy. Then it is well, if you say that we know about the arithmetic progression, right? So we will face different types of problems related to this based on all these concepts. I am going to give you few problems. For example, there is an arithmetic sequence like this: 3, or you may say 7, 11, 15, and so on. I have an arithmetic sequence mentioning what? 3, 7, 11, 15, and so on. Then they may ask you to find S25. What is S25? Sum of 25 terms of that arithmetic sequence. To calculate the sum of 25 terms of the arithmetic sequence, it is very clear that A is equals to 3. And what to say about the common difference? By clear observation, it is clear that the difference is 4, the difference is 4, the difference is 4, and the D value is again 4. Now, you are asked to find sum of 25 terms. So S25. As per this formula, since we are calculating the sum of 25 terms, you just take n as 25, a as 3, and common difference as 4. Then it becomes like 25 by 3 times of 2a, 2 times of 3 plus n minus 1. Since n is 25, n minus 1 is 25 minus 1 of d is 4. That's what you need to simplify. 25 by 3 times 2 3s is 6, and this is 24, 4 is 96. Is it right? 96 plus 6, what you say? 102. So 25 by 3 times of 102. If you need to go with further simplification, or leave it like this, this is your sum of 25 terms of the sequence. If you cancel it out, 3 3s and then 3 4s, right? And then 25 into 34 is your answer. Okay, you just concentrate, you just don't concentrate on the calculations right now. You just have a look at the calculating the sum of n terms using the formula, right? I have an arithmetic sequence where that a is equals to 3, common difference is 4, right? 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15, like that. See, since a is 3 and common difference is 4, you just find sum of 25 terms. Okay, I need to utilize n by 2, right? Sorry guys, this is a force of habit. You may say it as alavatlo parpata. So as 25, n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 25 by 2 of 2a, 2 3s and then 25 minus 1 times the 4. Right. So that is equals to 25 by 2 times is 1 or 2. So go with further simplification. Yeah. So this is the formula of Sn and this is the way to find. See, finding Sn. There are different cases to find the Sn. Arithmetic progression is given. So the given thing is the arithmetic progression. So you need to find Sn. Right? That in the sense a comma d is given. You need to find Sn. Tn is given. You need to find. Right? If Sn is given, you need to find Tn. All these are different problems related to this Sn and Tn. Right? This is one such problem mentioning about the arithmetic progression, and they are asking you to find the sum of 25 terms. Right? See, this Sn is n by 2 times of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. I can rewrite it like this. If you look at this, this is equals to n by 2 times of 2a plus n minus 1 into d is nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d. I think it is very clear. 2a, I split it like a plus a. And now this is equals to n by 2 times of a is the first term. You may write it like t1. And a plus n minus 1 into d is the nth term. You just write it like tn. So Sn is equals to n by 2 times of t1 plus tn is another way to find that Sn using the t1 and tn. For example, I have a problem, right? See, in an arithmetic progression, the nth term is given like 3n minus 2. What is the nth term? 3n minus 2. If the nth term is 3n minus 2, what to say about the first term? It is very clear that if you replace n with 1, you will get it as 3 minus 2 again 1. So 1 is your first term. And if you replace n with 2, 3 2 is 6 minus 2 is 4, and that 4 is your second term. Like that you can move. So if Tn is equals to 3n minus 2, right? And they ask you to find S, yeah, you may say S31. Sum of 31 terms of that such arithmetic progression where Tn is 3n minus 2. To find S31, we will write it like this. N by 2. 31 by 2 times the T1 plus Tn is nothing but 31. And that is equals to 31 by 2 times the T1 is nothing but just replace n with 1, you get it as 1. And T31, replace n with 31. If you replace n with 31, what will happen? 3 into 31. 3 into 31 is 93, minus 2 is 91. Is it right? Right. And on simplification of this, you will get sum of 31 terms of such arithmetic progression. Right? See, to find the sum of n terms of the arithmetic progression, if a, d, n are known, you can use this n by 2 times of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Or otherwise, if you have tn as 3n minus 2, then use this n by 2 times of t1 plus tn to find sum of n terms. Right? This is one such problem. This is the way to calculate Sn or S31 with tn. But how to calculate tn from Sn? If Sn is known, then how to calculate the nth term of the sequence? See, there exist many ways and I am going to solve those. Right? I am erasing this for the space concern. Have a look at this. I will give you Sn, right? For example, Sn. Sn is what I have in my hands is Sn maybe some 4n square plus 5 is the Sn. 4n square plus what I will say some 5n maybe. Sn is 4n square plus 5n of an arithmetic progression. I have an arithmetic progression. Use nth term is given like 4n square plus 5n. Now, what is Tn? There are different ways. First of all, I need to check whether it is forming an arithmetic sequence or not. Okay, so it may ask you to find first term, common difference, nth term and everything, how to solve, I am going to give you. See, first of all, this S1. See, replace n with 1. If you replace n with 1, S1 is equals to 9 clearly. That S1 is nothing but sum of only one term, so that it is suggesting that T1 is equals to 9. And now if you replace n with 2, then what you have? S2 is equals to, okay? Yeah, what is S2? You just replace n with 2. S1 is 9, sum of first term, from there T1 is equals to 9. And now if you replace n with 2, S2 is equals to 2 square, 4 4 16 and then 5 2 10 and that is 26. That in the sense sum of the first two terms is 26. Just have a look at this. S2 means sum of the first two terms, is it right? So T1 is 9, T1 plus T2 is 26. Now if you go with subtraction from these two, you will get that T2 is equals to 26 minus 9. 26 minus 9 is 17, is it right? 26 minus 9 is 17. The second term is 17. Now if you go with n is equals to 3. What is n is equals to 3? S3. S3 is equal to, if you replace n with 3, how it happens? Replacing n with 3 is just nothing but, right? 3 square is 9, 4 is 36. 36 plus 15 and that is 51. S3 is 51. Since S3 is 51, we have that T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equals to 51. And from there, T1 plus T2, already it is there like 26. 26 plus T3 is equals to 51. From there, if you simplify, you will get that T3 is equals to 25. Is it clear? Then T1 is 9, T2 is 17, T3 is 25. Therefore, the terms of the arithmetic sequence. What are the terms of the arithmetic sequence? Now, if you look at this, yeah, 9, 17, 25 and so on are the terms of the arithmetic sequence. Is it really making an arithmetic sequence? Yes. How to check? To check, you just find the difference of these two. 17 minus 9 is 8. 25 minus 17 is 8. Like that, if you move, every time you will get 8 as its common difference. So for this sequence, A is equals to 9 and common difference is 8. Since you have the first term and the common difference value, you are asked to find Tn, which is nothing but A plus n minus 1 into D. And that A is 9, n minus 1 times of 8 and that is equals to 8n plus 1 is your nth term of that arithmetic sequence. Just have a look at this. Actually in the problem, they mentioned you the Sn, sum of n terms of the arithmetic sequence as 4n square plus 5n. Since I have sum of n terms as 4n square plus 5n, to find the nth term, first my plan is to find A and D. To find A and D, you just replace 1 in the place of that Sn, 2 in the place of that Sn, 3 in the place of that Sn. So by replacing 1, 2, 3 in Sn, you get that S1, S2, S3. And now S1 is sum of one term, T1. S2 is sum of two terms, T1 plus T2. S3 is sum of three terms, T1 plus T2 plus T3. So I have T1, T2, T1 plus T2 plus T3. So use T1 and T1 plus T2 to get T2. Use T1 plus T2 as 26 in this relation, you get T3. And see, I have three terms T1, T2, T3. If you check, it maintains an arithmetic sequence with the common difference of 8. So I have A and D, and then you get that nth term of our arithmetic sequence is 8n plus 1. This is one of the way, right? Or otherwise, if you don't need to move in such a manner, you have Sn, directly you may find that nth term also, but it's somewhat calculative again. I am erasing this. Just have a look at this. I have Sn, but what is actually Sn? What is actually Sn? Yeah, I will give you another procedure right now. See, what is actually Sn? Sn is nothing but, yeah, T1 plus T2 plus and so on plus Tn minus 1 plus Tn, and that is equals to 4n square plus 5n. Sn is sum of n terms. Is it right? I need to find this nth term. But what is the sum of these n minus 1 terms? Sn, sum of n terms, and that is sum of n minus 1 terms. So Sn minus 1 plus Tn is again 4n square plus 5n. And now what is Sn minus 1? For Sn minus 1 you need to replace n with n minus 1 in that given rule. So 4 times of n minus 1 whole square plus 5 times of n minus 1 plus Tn is equals to 4n square plus 5n. That's you need to simplify right now. See n minus 1 whole square. See n square, right? Minus 8n. Minus 2n and then this 4 will give us minus 8n. Plus 4 plus 5n minus 5 plus Tn is equals to 4n square plus 5n. Now if you check this 4n square and that 4n square, this 5n and that 5n will get cancelled. Then your Tn is nothing but send 8n that side, it becomes 8n. 4 minus 5 minus 1 will move that side, will become plus 1. Again your Tn is 8n plus 1. This is one way to find Tn from Sn. This is another way to find Tn from Sn. Right? In the first way, after identifying the terms, we get A and D. From there, we are finding Tn as 8n plus 1. But in the second way, just it is about sum of n terms of the AP, like from T1 to Tn. And we found that Tn as 8n plus 1. Just have a look at this.